Oops, just realised I'm actually live. I think it's got start broadcast. I just forgot that I was doing this via the Be Live app this time, and I think I didn't even check the level of my camera. All these things. I'll call it to the foggy head from a cold. It wasn't long ago that I just woke up. I thought, well, I still want to continue on with my commitment to self, to actually do a daily live on Twitch. So this is going to Twitch and direct, and I don't have any comments happening there yet, which is fine. I'm just going to show this share screen one, because this is through eCamm. So then I've got to go over to looking at the eCamm screen. I can go like that and switch over to that image of me. I'm feeling a bit foggy, so this isn't going to be too long, I can tell you. So I need to then continue like with the card reading. I have got the share screen here. I've got that there. Now in this factor, because it's eCamm and it's going through Be Live, I know that this little part where I've got the things at the bottom on Be Live that actually that actually shows up, where I think if I just do something like this, and I'm just typing in my website that's just gone live, still needs a bit of finessing, but it's, and I'm going to try and do that as a, and it doesn't do it as a, that's a bit of a bummer. I was hoping to do that as a comment along the bottom on the Be Live, but it doesn't work doing it that way. So I'm just going to try doing this little bit. How do I do that? I think I can type some more text here and I'll try it this way. In the eCamm, a few of these things do turn up being, now whether that actually can be across this one or not. See, this is where I'm not sure how easy it is to do. I mean, it definitely is. See, that in itself, if you can see that, I can't. So I'm going to have to put a background of, would it be grey? I don't want a shadow effects. I'm going to have to go there. I'm going to go a green colour. I'm not even sure if that's going to show up because it's just all playing as we go. I think this one. Oh, except do that. Let's see if that does. I'm not sure. That's their background color. I don't even know what that means. Is that a color? I don't know. Let's go like that. What does that show up? You see, that's even, I'm trying to see that, how that comes up on the Twitch. Yes, it's hardly visible, so I'll just leave that for now. He's going to have to put up with the little bits and pieces there in the corner. Yes, it does say I was going to Facebook. That's usually the way I've been doing this, so that's why that's there. I don't know whether I can change it. See, it's got, I'll just change it to the Twitch. It makes it smaller. And I've got no idea how to get rid of that. But anyway, here we have the cards, as you can see. And it's just a slight little alignment issue with the cards. I'll just pull that back a little bit so you can actually see the full. Oh, now I'm messing up with it, aren't I? I had it so right there for a moment. This is where it's, is that a bit better? There, that's a bit better. Oh. So I'm assuming that using this, I don't actually have to. No, you can't see my mouse, can you? Yes, you can see the mouse. So I can actually have that mouse as a bit, the cursor pointer. This one, it's actually sitting underneath the rider at this point in time, which is this one. So the cards that we've got here is the rider, meaning the message coming pretty soon. I've only put out 6 cards here. My normal daily reading is the 9 cards in 2 rows. Because this little bench it is actually only that big. That's the size of the sliding drawer that I've got in this old desk. So that's what I'll be limiting myself to for these at this point until I get the setup on the big table happening. So bigger table, the one I usually use. Now this is the rider, which indicates a fairly prompt message or a communication. It's usually a message, I think, that's meant by that. So I'll hear about something very soon that's going to probably redirect what I might be doing. I didn't actually ask a specific question for the day. This number 42 is part of the expanded deck, and it's actually Compass is the title. So with that, it's actually leading towards, and I do read the cards as my habit is from the left to the right. So with the next one there, as far as the 38 goes, that is another one of those of the expanded deck, and it's called Bridges. So in that top line, just in itself, it's a message that I'll be receiving shortly that's going to point me in a direction that will take me over some bridges, take me through a different way of crossing, of solving a problem, for instance. Now it could be that I've got, as my eye's going to it, there's a couple of bridges there. So they're rather intricate and beautiful. Now they both look like they'd be the same, so it's not much difference in which choice there is in which bridge you're going across, but they are there to choose. So that on the next one, which is here, the 35 is the anchor. It's firming up, so anchoring that new pathway or direction. It's going to have a lot of strength about it with the bear, which is 15. And in that, it's going to be a self-protection as well as a standing strong in what I'm going to move forward in. And with 26, that's booked, obviously. So that's almost indicating to me that books is going to be, I don't know if it's so much creating a story, but it is, some of it's going to be a bit of a learning for me, and some of it's going to be a bit of a learning for you, because that's actually, when you're reading it underneath this card, it's a two-way, because any bridge is, it's not just a one-way, and it's also, there's the choice there as well. So in that, it's giving the choice. I'm writing online courses, so that indicates that the direction I'm going, is being firmed up, I'll actually choose which one next to work on, I think, as far as that message to me is saying. Now, if you're looking at it, oh, excuse me, if you're looking at it differently, I'll take that out of it and I'll go back to my other screen. So that if you're looking at it in the context of something in your day that's slightly different, then what you need to be doing is, oops, hang on, I've just realised what I've done there. I'll go back here in the minicam to the shared screen so you can be looking at that there. Sorry, it's what I meant to do. I wanted it in the bigger form, like that. No, like that. So that, actually, like that. Yeah, so that's the difference between the minicam and the BeLive. Not minicam, I keep saying minicam, the eCamm. I have a Mac computer, so the choice was eCamm. And I'm enjoying having made that choice too, because I can actually bring in that shared screen as an eCamm application. It gives me the flexibility of both eCamm and BeLive TV, which I'm really enjoying. It's just a matter of finessing the bits and pieces behind it that I'm doing even now. And that again is my website. I'll just put that up there again too. So as you look at those cards for yourself and you've got it at something that's happening around you in your life at the moment that you're focusing on, you look at the cards when anyone's putting up a daily spread, because there's something in all of them for everyone at any point in time, but it depends on what the energy is around you. So I'll be teaching that sort of thing in a bit more depth as I get my online course finished, and that'll end up being on my website at the point in time when I get that completed. I don't know how much work I'm going to be doing on that with a cold today because the head is a bit fuzzy. So that's where I'm at the moment with these. Still enjoying and planning on doing more of the shared cards on a daily basis. I like the experience of having a go at this Twitch, and I'm finding it. I like it, actually. Even just the more casual, well, it feels a bit more casual in what I can do as far as the variety. Casual. See, that's the fuzzy head talking. What I'm wanting to do there now, of course, is going back to that. Or I might even go back to that because that's what I'm going to work on. And then it gives me a chance to take my coffee, have a sip of coffee without you saying it. And I've got a tea brewing with ginger and garlic in the kitchen. What I'm going to do is just draw one card as a focal point for my meditation. And that is the deck that I'm choosing it from. Is the Shaman's Path. They are a beautiful deck of cards. I don't use them often because as I'm unpacking, as I've been unpacking some boxes from when I took all my stuff out of storage and brought it here to be living here now, it's a slow process of going through things because it is downsizing. I used to have a 4-bedroom plus study house with kids in it. There's some of the kids' stuff still left here, but there's not much of that. They've each been given back what they had when they were younger, and we've moved on a bit from that. They're adults, as you can tell by my grey hair. I'm a grandma, although I'm called Nana, so I'm Nana Roz or Big Nana, depends which one you're speaking with. Now you can hear me shuffling those cards. I'm just getting the one. That's all I want, and I'm going to sit that one on the top like that. Whoops. So I think some of what my focus today might be, and I'll go that way, so we've got it there, is the afterlife. So that to me, and I'll flip it over and hopefully you can see what the words say. I can't. No, that's the one thing with these, that the camera, I still have to work out how this camera can be focused in properly. I did a play around with it yesterday that was just doing the, how did I do it? I had both the cameras, I think, sitting on the top of the monitor here with the Mac, equally apart from the, it was the Xenon 20, the on the Mac it's called FaceTime camera, Xenon 20, the Mac camera, and then the Xenon 22. So I had the balance to try and see whether there was an issue with one of the cameras, the webcams that is. There wasn't. They were both perfectly the same when up in that alignment. So whether it's just something that it doesn't like the focus being fully down, when it's horizontal, compared to a camera being vertical, I don't know. I've got to ask the question of someone sometime. So there's the afterlife. Let's see if I can get it to focus there. And it just doesn't want to, does it? So, and yet if I put it there and wait solo on that one, it's highly likely you might be able to read it if it focused in. See, it does at some point. So I don't know. What I'll do is read it now, as in, I don't think there is a guidebook with this one. It is just, no, it's not. So it's lovely presentation, the way the box is with this. I quite like how these are presented. It's a lot of packaging for just that size of deck, but the chocolate deck is even worse. Like, they're smaller cards. Worse as in, I feel that we are wasting our resources of Mother Earth by over packaging and having things that are totally unnecessary. Just my opinion, of course. So right now I'll read this. It's evidence from near-death experiences and mediums confirms that the essence of an individual continues beyond death. Okay. Recall ways. Recall ways that deceased loved ones have contacted you through dreams or in waking life through signs. And a loved one is with you right now. So these cards do seem to give, like I just hold up one of the others, they do seem to give 3 points. And I'll just do that. They give 3 points. Oh, go back to solo, silly me. 3 bullet points, and then there's an affirmation at the bottom. So the affirmation on this is, I'm an external being expressing in life as a human being. Oh, I am an external being expressing in this life as a human being. So a lot of people there will identify with that, and just take that as a meditation type of card, being the closing one, as I'm going to do. So thank you for being here. I'm aware that I just noticed how pixelated this is becoming. Look, it's highly likely that's because I actually do have, naughtily, I do have a lot of tabs open on about 3 different windows in my computer. So, and it could be just the bandwidth of the NBN at this point in time, early in the morning, school starting and all stuff like that around the town. It's a small town here at Mangi, and sometimes things affect technology as you wouldn't believe. We don't always understand all of it, and it doesn't matter. So anyway, I'm going to end this one. I'm not going to stay on forever and ever because my head's just not going to allow me. I still do want to work out a bit of the how to do the simulcast in Facebook as well as Twitch. And I know I cannot do that with BeLive TV because of the terms of service. It's not allowed. There's another method of doing it, I know, because others have been and are doing it. But it's that API thing, I gather, that you're just not allowed to use that type of, you're not allowed to use the APIs to cross multi-stream or something. So I've heard of some others, so I'll be trying Restream.io, Switch Screen, or, there's various ones of those. I'll see. So there's still going to be some experimenting with what I do. But I know for now that I've sort of got the gist of how I want to do these. I'd love feedback. I know that in my Twitch I do. Well, I have set up a thing underneath my channel page. All I've got in there is the suggestion box at the moment. Now that my website is active again, I shall, and very much revamped. It's actually a different style of website this time. I am using a Shopify site. So go ahead and have a look and experience that. Book in for anything that you would like that's in the booking things. There is a contact sheet there somewhere, and I will be, there is a video. You just hit the YouTube video thing to go to my YouTube channel as well. That's going to be on there. And I'll learn the editing side of that, how to do a bit more in that site that gives it a bit more interest as well. It's like anything, it just takes time. So that's the expected progress that I'm going to be making with that. And it's just a matter of keeping on. I know there's a famous paint here in Aussie that's along that lines, but I won't say it because I can't remember it. I just know the saying. So hopefully tomorrow morning I'll be a little better instead of having this cold. So I'll be continuing on with ginger, garlic, lime, and honey teas through the day. So if you're watching the replay, thank you. And just make any comments in the suggestion box, or even comments in the chat stream is fine too. I do come back regularly to check. So till tomorrow, we'll see you then.